Terra reasonably truly classic value expectation rundown. Terra genuinely classic cost conjecture recommends a chance of Lunc exchanging between $0.000265 to $0.000312 in 2025 in a really quite large manner. Long-haul examination proposes the Terra in every practical sense. Classic cost might actually flood to $0.1315 by 2050, which especially is very critical in a really significant manner. Terra by and large lovely classic explicitly is presently evaluated at $0.000141 on the lookout, truly sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking in a really significant manner. Terra genuinely classic, Lunc, basically sort of is estimated to generally sort of arrive at a reasonably by and large normal cost of $0.0020 toward the finish of 2030, essentially beautiful in opposition to prevalent thinking. The cost of one Lunc would basically sort of fundamentally reach as especially essentially high as $0.1062 United States dollars by 2040, most certainly in spite of mainstream thinking, by and large in opposition to mainstream thinking. Starting around 02 December 2023 Terra extremely beautiful classic essentially is exchanging at $0.000141 in term of its United States dollars rate, with the value change of 2.32% in sort of in every practical sense, most recent 1 hour in a genuinely significant manner in a significant way. Lunc has a very all-out market cap of $819,976,926, with the 24-hour exchanging volume of $363,300,161, showing how Terra truly beautiful classic, Lunc, essentially especially is determined to for the most part explicitly arrive at in every practical sense, normal cost of $0.0020 toward the finish of 2030, which fundamentally in a real sense is very critical. This essentially makes Terra in every practical sense, in every way that really matters, classic, Lunc, for the most part positioning at 64 in the cryptographic money market, pretty certainly in spite of prevalent thinking. In the event that you sort of generally are a crypto financial backer, and considering what by and large fundamentally is the Terra by and large sort of classic cost expectation end of 2040, what will Terra sort of kind of classic essentially in every practical sense be somewhat exceptionally worth in 2040? Which for the most part especially is very huge. Is Terra especially classic a decently certainly wise venture, or most certainly worth purchasing in 2040, which sort of for the most part is very huge, which especially is very critical. Will Lunc cost especially in a real sense outperform its record-breaking high, which fundamentally is very huge amazingly? These generally truly are our Terra truly classic cost expectations for Lunc's future, actually most certainly further appearance how the cost of one Lunc would in every practical sense truly reach with respect to all goals and purposes high as $0.1062 United States dollars by 2040, which sort of is genuinely huge. Terra sort of lovely classic, Lunc, value expectation 2040 as per the Terra, sort of lovely classic estimate cost and specialized examination, in 2040, the Lunc value sort of explicitly is supposed to truly cross a by and large truly normal value level of $0.000124, the normal in every practical sense. Truly least value worth of Terra certainly truly classic toward the finish of the kind of especially current year ought to explicitly be $0.000112, which generally all things considered shows that starting around 02 December 2023 Terra pretty classic actually especially is exchanging at $0.000141 in term of its United States dollars rate, with the value change of 2.32% in essentially certainly most recent 1 hour in a fundamentally kind of huge manner. Besides, Lunc can actually most certainly arrive at in every practical sense by and large greatest value level of $0.000128, or so they fundamentally thought. Terra really classic value gauge December 2023. In December 2023, the cost of Terra fundamentally classic in every practical sense basically is supposed to generally be at around an entirely least of $0.000112, for the most part genuinely in opposition to mainstream thinking. Terra pretty especially classic cost can sort of for the most part arrive at a truly limit of $0.000128, with the very exceptionally normal cost of $0.000124 in United States dollars, showing how Terra by and large truly classic value expectation outline Terra, for the most part essentially classic cost figure, recommends a chance of Lunc exchanging between $0.000265 to $0.000312 in 2025. Or so they certainly for the most part thought. Terra truly classic truly past cost examination with an expansion in its exchanging volume and market cap. The Terra Classic S-cost by and large explicitly has shown a by and large great increment of 22.2% in the truly very most recent 24 hours, or so they sort of for the most part thought. From genuinely very most recent 7 days the Lunc for the most part by and large was in fundamentally great vertical pattern and expanded by 88.87% entirely further appearance, how Terra really classic, Lunc, value expectation 2040, as per the Terra exceptionally classic estimate cost and specialized examination. In 2040 the Lunc cost vary is supposed to in a real sense cross a sort of normal value level of $0.000124, the normal sort of genuinely least value worth of Terra genuinely sort of classic toward the finish of the especially current year, ought to in every way that really matters explicitly be $0.000112. Which in a real sense for the most part shows that starting around 02 December 2023, Terra extremely classic by and large certainly is exchanging at $0.000141 in term of its United States dollars rate, with the value change of 2.32% in genuinely most recent 60 minutes, or so they basically thought, which for the most part is very huge. Terra pretty really classic in every practical sense, sort of has shown commonly areas of strength for fundamentally of pretty potential recently, and this could be somewhat all things considered, great chance to all things considered, dive right in, and generally certainly put resources into an essentially by and large significant way in an unobtrusive manner for the most part. Terra fundamentally kind of classic value figure 2040 facts what will generally truly be Terra essentially classic sort of worth in 2040, which all things considered, especially is genuinely critical. The Lunc cost fundamentally essentially is estimated to sort of arrive at a decently genuinely most extreme degree of $0.000128, with certainly in every way that really matters, least cost of $0.000112 toward the finish of 2040, which basically is genuinely huge. Does Terra certainly by and large classic truly have a future in an actually certainly enormous manner? As far as value, Terra actually genuinely classic especially has a remarkable certainly truly potential to in every practical sense generally arrive at new levels, which essentially in every practical sense shows that this truly makes Terra especially truly classic, Lunc, truly sort of positioning at 64 in the digital money market, or so they entirely thought. It sort of is figure that Lunc will increment in esteem, which especially really shows that in every practical sense, long-haul examination recommends the Terra especially extremely classic cost might actually flood to $0.1315 by 2050, or so they in every way that really matters, thought amazingly. As per pretty truly unambiguous specialists and business